right. Okay. All right.
Craziness.
All right.
Whoa,
Okay.
what are
So
we doing?
theoretically, we are.
Are we live?
We're theoretically live. It says we're live. We'll see when people pop up. Where the heck is my video? Come on,
hitting
baby.
refresh, and it keeps not refreshing.
Yeah. Well, we are allegedly live.
Oh, there it is.
Ah, there
I see
it is.
I found it.
Good.
Yes.
Yes. I'm just getting other people's
Shakespeare
recommendations.
Unscripted, which is very funny.
It's
because
also
Shakespeare
like
is by definition
yeah,
scripted.
blatantly untrue. There's no way to do an unscripted Shakespeare, but I was like, this is such a catchy
okay,
name.
actually, I think that there is. It's just we try and we recite as much of the play as we remember, and we just sort of fill in the gaps as best we can.
Oh no!
Like, I only know the opening of Romeo and Juliet, and then I know vaguely the plot, because I've watched Romeo plus Juliet, the Baz Luhrmann feature,
I see.
hundreds of times. It's one of my favorite movies, but that doesn't mean I actually know the text of the play.
I still remember at least 50% of the one line I had in Romeo and Juliet, which was,
nice.
"Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Much glad was I he was not in the fray." But the second half got cut by our director because it was superfluous.
I also have a Shakespeare experience from, I assume, like high school or something, but I was in, like a lot of now burnt out ADHD kids, I was a former gifted child, and our program one year was like, hey, you know what we're going to do for the next 2 months? Just random scenes from Shakespeare plays. And I was assigned Pyramus in the Midsummer Night's Dream play within a play. And
that's fun.
I don't remember any of those lines, not even a one, but I do remember the guy they had playing Thisbe, because instead of doing the gimmick of the play where it's all male actors playing every role in the play within a play, they're like, we're gonna just cast whatever the opposite, you know, quote unquote opposite gender of the role of the play within a play character would be. And it did end up being a good time. And then I also had to be the shrew in The Taming of the Shrew, because the original shrew dropped out for unknown reasons.
Good for her.
So I got to
nobody wants to be Kate.
I got to yell at a guy I didn't like in Shakespearean for one scene.
Well, that's
and it was a good
something.
time. Yeah. Well, speaking of Shakespeare, what are we what are we doing?
What are we? Sorry, I tweeted the link with what I think is a very clever joke.
Oh boy, I'll keep refreshing Twitter until I see it.
Okay. So for those of you just joining us, because we just started, we are sort of feeling this one out as we go. The base concept that we've been sort of flinging back and forth is like, Indigo's a much more like qualified to call herself a theater kid person than I am. I did one play, I was one role, I hid under the stage, mostly tightening bolts the whole time because our director scared me. And then I tapped out and never took instructions from anyone ever again. But I do very much like Shakespeare. You know, that's how this whole channel started, was a Shakespeare class project turned career, apparently. And what I like about Shakespeare is he really is as good as everybody says. And that's kind of annoying, you know? Like, oh, it's old. Hasn't it aged weird? I mean, you know, it must be super cliche by now, and then you go through it and you're like, damn it, this is actually still groundbreaking.
It's pretty dang good.
It's so dang good. I mean, his strict adherence to iambic pentameter means that all of his plays scan really well, and they're easy to memorize, because that's one of the huge benefits of poetry, is that we're like hardwired to get that stuck in our heads. So we both really like Shakespeare, and we also really like chewing the scenery. But we don't really get an opportunity to do that very much. And I think the skeleton of this idea was like, what if we just like, with no prep, took one of the plays and just like read through it, like swapped off every other, like whenever whoever's talking changes, like
anytime the character changes.
Yeah,
so,
like
you
no
know,
casting.
It's not that we each get a cast or something. It's like anytime it's a different character talking, the other person just jumps in.
Right, yeah. It sounds incredibly chaotic. There's almost guaranteed to be no rewatch value to this.
Oh, for sure. This is going to be nigh incomprehensible if it goes how I think it's going to go.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And also, my need to do snarky asides is a compulsion that I've learned to embrace rather than attempting to resist. So this would not just be like the biggest hurdle for me doing any sort of like audiobook thing is my constant need to be like, can I just like put this down for a hot second and just like chat and be like, it's pretty wild what just happened, right? I mean, wow, it's really
It's sort of like doing it's like you're watching a play and the actors are simultaneously the cast of Mystery Science Theater 3000
Yeah.
while they are also the actors in the play.
Coincidentally, I've watched about like 30 hours of MST3K.
Oh, good.
Recently.
I haven't watched it in a while, but I've been a fan of the show for a minute.
Of course. Who hasn't?
A podcaster I like was a writer on one of the newer reboot version of it, I
Ooh,
think.
That's
Or
neat.
somehow involved because he plugged it on their podcast constantly.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Yes.
My parents were big into it when I was little. I didn't get most of the jokes, and I didn't really have the attention span to sit down and watch a movie-length thing that wasn't even on its own merit good. But I've discovered that one of the things my TV has built in is just like a continuous stream of a randomized order of MST3K, which is just like an IV drip for my brain. So
it is very backgroundable because the episodes are also very long.
They're very long, and honestly, the density of like funny stuff is kind of low. Like they're not bad. A lot of the jokes are very funny, but also like the material is no bueno. And it's kind of interesting approaching this from my specific perspective of seeing how much this influenced like the first wave of YouTube video essayists, sort of the Channel Awesome era and its derivatives afterwards. A lot of it is very similar, you know, the sort of prop comedy, you know, everyone's in costumes and has like little puppets and there's framing sequence skits, and then you talk about the
completely off topic, but I don't think puppets get used enough in YouTube these days. There's a lot of comedy there. And I realized that I just did a Movie Struck episode where I bashed a puppet in a movie, but that was an isolated incident. Listen, Annette, what I learned is I don't like opera. That's the takeaway of the episode. But
does anybody like opera?
Oh. Apparently Brendan, my guest on the podcast.
Oh, well, okay then. Shout out to Brendan.
Or he just likes tormenting me. The real con heads, which unfortunately is a term that he coined in the episode and has caught on the Movie Struck Discord.
Does that refer
his last name's Connors. He's an actor.
Of course.
Work online. Shameless plug for my boy. But anyway, no, I learned I don't like opera. But there's a puppet in that movie who's fairly prominent because it's the movie where Adam Driver plays in a rock opera side a puppet named Annette.
Oh, right. You've told me about this.
Yes. But aside from that,
yes.
Puppets, great source of comedy. More puppets. People, come on, bring it back.
I feel like, you know, everybody watched like the Muppets and like Fraggle Rock. Well, everybody. Lots of people watched the Muppets and Fraggle Rock and were like, wow, this is good. But I also feel like a lot of people like watched Labyrinth and Dark Crystal and were like, these would be better if they weren't puppets. And those people are wrong. But I understand why they came to that incorrect and erroneous conclusion. Like, there are, I mean, you know, practical effects are truly astounding. And CGI is astounding all on its own. But they're good at different things. And I think... I wonder how much of this is just that VFX artists aren't unionized and practical effects artists are. Yeah.
Yeah. No. To get on the soapbox for a second. VFX should be unionized, and it's great that the industry is working towards it. It's kind of starting in animation and flowing into VFX as a wider field, but the film industry itself and the practical effects teams, so this is a lot of your art department folks, a lot of your like cinematography folks, are already unionized, and that's been one of the best developments in the film industry because it is the best, most equitable way for everyone to work, get paid, compensated, and make the art and entertainment that we all enjoy. So if you see a VFX team unionizing, support them. Get on your little. No, I don't want to see anyone coming out being mad about any delays that any big movies are having because their teams are in the middle of union debates or what have you. I'm putting it out there now because it's been in the cultural consciousness, and
it's very important. You know, no, the thing is the space of like. How to describe it? It's not creativity. It's like a specific form of creativity that's very hooked into the system of capitalism. Will sort of always seek to exploit the weakest link because it's under a pressure to drive towards maximum efficiency at minimum cost. Again, it's hooked into capitalism. That's kind of the whole point of the system. Which means, you know, makeup artists unionized. Almost all these like pillars of movie making have been unionized for decades. But VFX is a very new art form on that scale. That's just why this hasn't been a thing yet. I mean, like, there's still...
It's the same thing with, like, the video game industries and animation. They're just, especially particularly CG animation, they're new, you know? They're new technological developments. They're new industries. And for that reason, they're largely not regulated to the same degree that the like you mentioned, the teams who have been around
Yep.
since the inception of cinema have managed to, after years of struggle, become unionized and regulated much more stringently. So it's, you know,
and even now,
this is not the topic of this live
it's
stream.
not, but you know, even now what you're getting is like US based animation studios and probably Canada based animation studios, because I know Mainframe Entertainment, creators of Reboot, were Canada based.
Yeah, no, this is also a fun fact to be honest. Canada is one of the big areas for film, like a lot of stuff films in Toronto.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like it's probably I'm trying to think if Georgia or Toronto has a bigger production hub. They're probably at least equivalent.
Georgia the state?
Georgia, Atlanta area.
There's
a lot of tax breaks around there, so a lot of productions,
yeah.
particularly any that use a sound stage. If they don't shoot in LA, they probably shot in Georgia.
That makes sense, yeah. But yeah, Toronto, I know it's like a
Toronto's
skyline
too,
double for almost every major city ever. But you know, those animation studios have been sort of getting more like regulated and stuff. But that means a lot of movie producers have just been like directing them to unregulated like animation studios way off continent. That they can pay pennies on the dollar, and then when those animators burn out and the whole thing folds, they're like, well, we got the movie out of it. I mean, this is what happened with Life of Pi, I think, like notoriously. So basically, it's one of those, like, once one group unionizes, everyone else kind of has to follow suit, or they become the weak link to be exploited. So it's good that the New Deal for Animation thing is making progress, but until it, like, fully locks in, there are, you know, you're just seeing more and more smaller studios getting just grabbed and consumed. Anyway. VFX artists unite!
Yes. New Deal for Animation, great.
You have nothing to lose but your splines. Okay.
We are two ununionized Shakespearean actors. This is also sort of like a soft launch for our personal demo reel.
Indigo was talking to me about this earlier, just messaged like, hey, do you have a demo reel? And I do not, but I've been sort of like taking notes on the subject for years, because I've mentioned this before. Voiceover is something I do want to get into when I think I'm like good at it. And while the channel is great for a lot of things, like a lot of things, like character voice acting is not one of them so much. So it's just kind of something that I've had like on the back burner. And I've been told that you don't make a demo reel until you know you're, like, good, because the demo reel is what you show off. It's like a minute to a minute and a half of your best, and it is what people look at, and real quickly, like, it's like your resume, you know? You can't be like, when they get to know me, they'll appreciate me. It's like, you got to really, like, sell them on you immediately. So it has to be your A game. And if, you know, I don't know what my A game is. I haven't had any experience in the field, so I have a lot of notes, but no demo reel. But, you know.
Yeah, but now we're going to test out some of our best Shakespearean and or completely unrelated voices to maybe throw together.
Yeah.
Because I work freelance, and I've done some light voiceover for corporate stuff in the past.
Hence the Watch Mojo voice power.
Hence the Watch Mojo voice power. That's actually more related to a fun fact I heard in like the 5th grade, where it's like, you know, a deeper voice is sexier. And I was like, great, I'm going to internalize that.
They told you that
and
in 6th grade?
I think that was something like a kid on the playground said, which means it's probably not true. But I internalized it. And then when I did college radio, I changed my voice whenever I'd be recording it first. So I would lower it a lot and do much like a much more relaxed tone as well. Hello and welcome to WTBU, the beat of Boston University, 89.3 FM, 640 AM. And now I don't do that voice ever because it's a pain. And the Watch Mojo voice is the direct reaction to that.
When it's high and chipper, much easier to do for a long term.
It's closer to my customer service voice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a reason for that.
Yeah. Exactly. So, you know, this is a very long way of saying I realized I did, and I started trying to figure out what a different voice would be, and in the process learned I could do a pretty good Watch Mojo impression. So, you know,
yeah.
This is a lot of backstory, and we still have not picked a Shakespeare play.
No, right? Yes, we should get the chat on that. So
we probably do this.
We do not have a preference for what. Well, okay, I have internal preferences, but I'm not going to say what they are. There are a lot of Shakespeare plays. 38 or 39 apparently. I don't know how that number can be variable, but I got different answers when I looked this up earlier for something else. But if you have suggestions for ones that you think it would be fun to just like with zero expectations and no guarantee of any form of quality just go into and just burn through. Put it in.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean,
It's gonna be questionable.
I have a hunch that I know the one that's gonna win because it's the first one that popped up. But who knows?
We're seeing some Hamlet, some Tempest. Midsummer Night's Dream, always fun.
We're going to be allowed to say the forbidden play name because people are saying
if we do that one, I'm going to refer to it by misnomers every time it comes up, including if I am playing or referring to that character.
What?
I consider the thing is you can't say McNope in a theater.
I work from
home, so I consider my home a theater of sorts, and therefore I will not be saying it in this apartment.
Well, I am aggressively non-superstitious, specifically in this regard. So
this is the one superstition that this and like knock on wood that I held on to from my theater days, because I don't really do theater so much anymore. I did through college, and then I sort of stopped. I did edit Blue's Shakespeare video back when I was still doing a lot more video editing for the channel, and that is a big influence on why McNope is censored constantly throughout.
Yeah. And meanwhile, I just kind of like poking buttons that I know don't bother me but do bother other people. It's like it's my one vice that I like indulging in. That and coffee at 3 a.m. But
all good things.
Yeah. Okay. Boy, so many options. Unfortunately, we aren't getting as much of a consensus as I thought, but it is kind of gravitating towards like the big ones.
Makes sense.
I'm thinking like, okay, Hamlet or Macbeth would be good, because those are just, soliloquies for days. If either of us want a chance to actually like try, those are excellent.
Trying.
Tempest is one of my favorite plays, and Midsummer Night's Dream is also one of my favorite. Those two hold a special place in my heart.
Midsummer does have a lot of characters, which means we'd be switching off quite a bit.
We would, yes.
Which could be fun. Tempest, I have a physical copy of in my apartment because it's one of the plays that got assigned in a college Shakespeare class I took, and the only books that I have copies of are the ones that were in that class. So the options for there are Coriolanus, Measure for Measure, The Tempest, and Henry V. But also Shakespeare is readily available.
I do not have physical copies of any of those plays. But let's see. As long as I don't get like the Thug Notes version or like the modern English version that ruins the poetry, we should be fine.
Yes. We had to do that in high school. We had to do like a modern take on we had to like rewrite Shakespeare. We did Julius Caesar. That was that was what my group had assigned.
Delicious.
I think it was The Thug Life of Julius Caesar. And my dear friend Jimmy Dean, who was on the podcast for the Twilight New Moon episode of Movie Struck, did most of the writing on that one, and she knocked it out of the park.
Incredible. Yeah, honestly, Julius Caesar, it's mostly just kind of blah, but then you get to the funeral speech for Brutus is an honorable man. You get all that, like just the vague posting, the call outs. It's spectacular.
You get like the best Twitter thread you've ever read 3 days after it happened, and then the rest of the play is just okay.
It's just like, golly, I sure hope that all these prophetic dreams don't mean anything.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. I did see a lot of love for Midsummer Night's Dream, and because it has so many friggin' characters, like
I do think it could be funny to have to constantly change characters.
There is no way that this is going to be halfway comprehensible, but I'll look it up. I'll look up the full text.
Yeah, looking at the PDF. Yeah. I can send you a link right now.
Ooh, yes, that would be efficient.
There's one thing I got. It's them Shakespeare Googling skills.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Such power.
Business.
Come here, you. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a nightmare. Although I gotta say, I have a lot of affection for the wacky fairy characters in... Because here's the thing. I'll level with you guys. The reason why I love Midsummer Night's Dream and the reason why I love The Tempest is because of Puck and Ariel, who are basically the same guy. they're the same archetype. Really most Shakespeare plays are just about like people, sometimes they're ghosts and sometimes they're witches, but they're just guys, and then you get these two just absolute chaos goblins, just these two like gremlins that don't even talk in the same poetry as everybody else, And I love that, you know? You all know. Look, they're basically just the Monkey King in a different font. You know I like these guys. Oy vey. Okay. The Folger Shakespeare Library.
Folger Shakespeare.
Oh, it's got an intro. Get out of here.
We don't have to. Do we have to read the
No,
intro?
we don't have to read the intro. Oh, God, I forgot this technically is about Athenians.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's not important.
Well,
this is fun. I get to relive my elementary school.
Yes.
Gifted program Shakespeare Day.
I think what we should do is read through the list of these characters in the play. Just, to start.
All right.
We've got Hermia, Lysander, Helena, and Demetrius, bracketed and labeled 4 lovers. Theseus, Duke of Athens, booze in chat for Theseus. Hippolyta, Queen of the Amazons. Aegeus, father of Hermia.
Me how to pronounce names that aren't in English.
Yeah, who knows? Philostrati. Okay, you know what? Unexpected problem with this. We're going to be mispronouncing names, everybody.
We're wrong.
Yeah,
That's okay.
I'm going to call
That's what you get. This is the level of quality that you get with a absolutely, by the seat of our pants Shakespeare lecture.
We are just having a good time and fucking around. Philostrati, master of the revels to Theseus. Then we have Nick Bottom, Weaver. Peter Quince, Carpenter. Francis Flute, the bellows mender. Tom Snout, a tinker. And Snug the joiner. Give it up for Snug.
Give it up for my boy Snug.
My boy Snug.
The joiner.
Me and the homies hanging out with Snug the joiner. And also Robin Starveling Taylor. And then the good shit. Oberon, king of the fairies. Titania, queen of the fairies. Robin Goodfellow, a puck or hobgoblin in Oberon's service. A fairy in service of Titania. That's confusing.
Peace Blossom.
Peace Blossom, it's my boy Peace Blossom.
My nemesis from rolling with difficulty.
Give it up for Peace Blossom.
I want to go on record. I just don't like how Austin does the voice. I feel personally attacked by it every time he does.
It is
and
just
he knows
kinda
that,
you.
which is why he goes out of his way.
Yep.
To do Peace Blossom.
And then Cobweb, Moat, and Mustard Seed. Me and the homies, fairies attending upon Titania. And then there are lords and attendants on Theseus and Hippolyta, and other fairies in the trains of Titania and Oberon. Yes.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of love for Snug in the chat.
Snug!
That's right, our boy Snug.
God, this is going to be the most niche appeal stream in the world.
I think
like,
we're
hey
gonna
guys,
find that there
do you
are
like
actually a lot more
Shakespeare?
Snug fans out there than are out and open,
It's just so funny to me that like we've selected for almost nobody. It's like, hey guys, do you like Shakespeare? Do you like people being bad at acting? Finally, the two together.
A bad rendition of Shakespeare, where there's no visuals and you just listen to two amateurs read the lines in no particular order, and sometimes add things to it that are not in the play.
Okay,
and make
fair.
Voice choices.
They are at least going to be in the
fly.
correct order. We're not
true.
fucking around that much.
That's true.
Okay.
We're gonna largely be going in the order.
Yes. So, shall we start at the very beginning?
Yeah, Act 1, Scene 1.
Yeah.
Enter Theseus, Hippolyta,
and
Philostrate with others.
With others.
With others.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. But oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes in weird quote marks. She lingers my desires like to a stepdame or a dowager long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time, and the moon, like to a silver bow new bent in the heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities. Is that the way you say that word?
Solemnities, you got right, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Go, Philostrati, stir up the Athenian youth to merriments, awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth, turn melancholy forth to funerals, the pale companion is not for our pomp.
Philostrati exits.
Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, oh, that's inappropriate, and won thy love doing thee injuries, that's even worse, but I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling. God, he's the worst even in this play.
Enter Aegeus, and his daughter Hermia, and Lysander, and Demetrius. That's a Dirty Valley character.
Yeah.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Renowned. He's cheating to make the iambic pentameter work. Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius, my noble lord. This man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander, and my gracious duke. This man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers. What is a nosegays? Wait, I gotta Google this.
Please hold while we figure out what the hell a nosegay is.
Okay, if you search it, the thing, a small bunch of flowers, typically one that is sweet scented.
What? Okay. Oh wait, that makes sense. Like it makes your nose happy. I guess. Yes. All right.
Sure. Messengers of strong prevailment in unhardened youth.
Gross.
With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness, and, my gracious duke, be it so she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens, as she is mine, I may dispose of her,
Yikes.
which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but as a form in wax by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman. Yeah, that's the vibe I got.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts, but I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether, if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. Oh yeah, those existed in ancient Greece. For I to be in shady cloister mewed, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold fruitless moon. Thrice blessed that they master so their blood to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled than that which, withering on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness. Yeah, okay.
So I will grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right. I'm gonna change Demetrius's voice. Wait, no, that's a different character. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, now I'm Lysander. You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him? There's no question mark.
Scornful Lysander, shrew he hath my love, and what is mine my love shall rend. And she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his, my fortunes every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius. And, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head. Made love to made love to Nedar's daughter Helena, and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But in being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, Aegis, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death or to a vow of single life. Come, my Hippolyta. What cheer, my love? Demetrius and Aegis, go along. I must employ you in some business against our nuptial and confer with you of something nearly that concerns yourself.
With duty and desire, we follow you. I don't remember what Aegis's voice was supposed to be.
I lost the plot.
There are so many people here.
All but Hermia and Lysander exit.
Oh, yes. How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast? It's not like someone just told you to die or something.
Belike for want of rain, which I could well between them from the tempest of my eyes. Oh, hey, it's a name drop for a different play.
Hey! Catch the Tempest in theaters this summer. Ay me! For aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth, but either it was different in blood.
Oh, cross too high to be enthralled too low.
Or else misgraffed in respect of years.
Oh, spite too old to be engaged too young.
Or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
Oh, hell! Sorry.
Oh, hell!
Oh, hell!
Listen, I haven't been in a play since Oklahoma.
I couldn't tell. Oh, if there were a sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the collied night. Okay. That in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath power to say, Behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up, so quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have ever been crossed, like in Romeo and Juliet, though.
Coming this summer.
Star-crossed lovers. It then stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance to a mort of May, there I will stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear by thee, by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen when the false Trojan under sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever woman spoke, in the same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Enter Helena.
Oh, great.
Your turn.
No, you be Hermia first, and then I get to be Helena.
Oh, sure. Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue's sweet air more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear when wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear, sickness is catching. Oh, were favor so! Yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ears should catch your voice, my eye your eye. Jolene, I'm begging you, please don't take my man. My tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart. Please don't take him just because you can.
I'm begging of you, please.
Yeah.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fine.
None but your beauty, would that fault were mine. Should these women just hook up already?
Much like in the song Jolene.
Yeah.
Dolly Parton as Helena?
We know Dolly Parton has to be Titania.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? You're right.
You're
right.
so right, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, where were we?
Yeah.
Take comfort, he no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven into a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time that lover's plight doth still conceal, through Athens' gate have we devised to steal.
And in the wood where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, where my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee grant thee thy Demetrius.
Fly, Demetrius.
Fly, Demetrius, fly, you fool! Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia.
Hermia exits.
Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
Lysander exits.
And now you get to be Helena. Have fun.
Oh,
She's
fun.
a real mess.
I feel like I need to add some flair to Helena. What's something we can go for here? What's a voice?
Full country twang. Just really lean into the Jolene.
Oh boy, I don't know if I can do Jolene. I can go for a Blanche Dubois. Let's see. Oh, how happy some or other folk can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities, things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind.
Yeehaw.
Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings, and no eyes, figure unheeded. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in game themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and shores of the earth did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight, and then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
She exits.
My headphones just gave me the about to power off warning, so
What?
if I could hold 5 for a second while
Of
I
course.
switch into a different headset.
Yeah. All right. Tune in soon to find out what is happening with this love quadrangle.
How many different times will Indigo butcher a southern accent?
And therefore is winged Cupid painted blind.
I'll just, find a reason
I'm
to do
begging
Charlie Day
of
at
you,
some point,
please
I'm
don't
sure.
take my man. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. All right. Whoo, boy.
Oh boy.
First
Oh,
the
boy.
nuns and now this. Oh boy. We're
on.
gonna figure out which of us gets to be
Walk it up.
Snug. Our boy Snug.
No, Snug!
Scene 2. Enter Quince the carpenter.
Oh, wait, I don't have a headphone switch.
Oh no!
It's a quick change, but I'm bad at it.
Well, this is like rehearsal day 1. We all still have the
Yeah,
scripts
switch it on
out. And
Discord.
like
Inputs and outputs. Input.
half of
change
us
it
have
to
Starbucks. Nobody's paying
output
attention.
device.
The
Built-in
stage isn't
output.
even there yet. It's full black box.
Oh, and there we go.
Yeah.
All right, we're in.
We're in. Scene 2. Enter Quince the carpenter and Snug the joiner.
Snug the joiner!
Studio audience goes wild. And
Whoa,
Bottom the
Snug,
weaver.
baby!
And Flute the bellows mender. And Snout the tinker. And Starveling the tailor. Do you want to be Quince or should I be Quince? I can start with Quince.
Yeah, I'll start with Quince.
Okay.
He's all our company, yeah.
You were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit, through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess in his wedding day and night. I don't know what accent I'm trying.
It's
I
like
lost it immediately.
it's like episode 1 Helsing, like Sarah's Cockney accent level, like before the actress got good.
Oh my god, it's
Yeah.
just bad.
Yeah.
It's just bad, but it's gonna stay bad.
I don't know if it's funnier if I keep like the sort of like rude mechanical like Cockney for bottom, or if I just go full Solid Snake.
Snake, man, you gotta do Solid
First,
Snake.
good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Marry, our play is the most lamentable comedy and the most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you, Nick Bottom, the Weaver.
Ready, name what part I am for, and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself, most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure to the rest. Yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Ercles rarely, or a part to tear a cat in to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus's car shall shine from far and make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now name the rest of the players. This is Ercles' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince!
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus love.
Nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall play in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisne, Pyramus, my lover dear, thy Thisbe, dear and lady dear.
No, you must play Pyramus. In Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Oh no, am I all of these guys?
I think you're all of them.
Oh god. Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner. You the lion's part. And I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it to me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again, let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
That would hang us every mother's son. Technically, that's supposed to be all of us.
I'm Snake now.
You get to be bottom! Oh, hi, Dominic Noble. You having fun?
Hey, Dom. First of all, please let this not be a reflection on yeah, I can't. Anyway.
The accent's not offensive.
I grant you, friends, if you should fright the ladies out their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as gently as any sucking nose. I will roar you on to where any nightingale.
Oh no, I have to commit to your accent now. You can play no part but Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely gentleman-like man. Therefore you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will. It's turning into Dolly Parton again.
That's okay. I think what we're you know that thing where it's like everything evolves into crab? Every accent sort of just evolves into Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple ingrain beard, or your French crown-color beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play barefaced. But masters, here are your parts. Giving out the parts. And I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night, and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town, by moonlight. Wow, this accent is like at a 40% at most. The problem is, like, I have a way to get into a Cockney accent, but it's real obnoxious. I just do the how do you do, my name's Gavroche. I just keep that going.
I was running into a problem with the southern one, because usually when I try to get into it, I go like, I do declare, but I can't, that's not in Shakespeare.
No, sadly. Well, neither is how do you do, at least not here. Meet me in the palace. No, shit, that's country again.
We are in Act 1.
We're in Act 1. Ah! Okay. How do you do? My name's Gavroche. There will we rehearse, for if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of properties such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough. Hold or cut bowstrings. They exit.
Thank God.
Act
Okay.
2, Scene 1. Enter a fairy at one door and Robin Goodfellow at another.
Oh, it's time. It's my boy. How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, thorough flood, thorough fire, I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen to do her orbs upon the green. That sounds like innuendo. Shakespeare!
You went full Mickey Mouse for this one, and I'm loving it.
The cowslips tall her pensioners be, in their gold coats spots you see. Those be rubies, fairy favors, in those freckles live their saviors. I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou lob of spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and her elves, and all her elves, come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because that she, as her attendant, hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child knight of his train to trace the forests wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen, but they do square that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite, called Robin Goodfellow. Are you not he that frights the maidens of the villagery? Skim milk and sometimes labor in the queern, and bootless make the breathless huswife churn. And Shakespeare.
It might not be innuendo. Maybe they are just talking about churning butter.
I don't press X to doubt. And sometimes make the drink to bear no harm, mislead night wanderers, laughing at their harm. Those that hobgoblin call you sweet Puck, you do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are you not he?
Thou speak'st aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal, and sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl in very likeness of a roasted crab. What was that about carcinification again? And when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale. The wisest ant telling the saddest tale, sometimes for 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Oh, wow, I'm a right trickster, aren't I? Then slip I from her bum, down topples she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough, and then the whole choir holds their hips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth and knees, and swear a merrier hour was never wasted there. But room, fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress, would that he were gone. Enter Oberon, the king of the fairies at one door, with his train, and Titania, the queen, at another, with hers.
I get to be Oberon, and you
get to be
Titania.
Oberon.
Oh, this is gonna be
I had to figure out what a Titania sounds like in the next 30 seconds.
30 seconds? How long do you think it's going to take me to deliver this one line?
I don't know. I was kind of hoping we could riff for a second.
I'll make a meal of it.
Maybe buy me some time.
Oh, man. Okay. Oh, boy. Woo! All right, well, it can't be just the Puck voice again. I've already done Snake, and I've already done, like, 3 bombastic king types.
I know. You have an old man, like a crotchety old man.
Oberon deserves better than a crotchety old man. One of the first comics I ever drew was this scene, actually. Not this one, actually. It's I had like an illustration of this scene, but I have a little like 3-page comic interaction between Oberon and Puck when like Puck is like 3 shenanigans deep and has started to fuck things up. And I did that thing where like Oberon normally looks like a pretty elf boy, but like when he got like mad, I gave his silhouette horns. This was like years before I learned that Dionysus actually does that. So go me. Anyway, I guess I'll just go like ethereal and like spooky and regal. You know that fucking the guy from the Hobbit movies, you know, Legolas's dad? Yeah. Just like that guy's vibe. Now, can I remember how that guy sounds? I think I blocked out those movies protectively. Oh boy! Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairies, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton. Am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady, but I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day, playing on pipes of corn and versing love, to amorous Philadelphia. Why? Oh, Philadelphia!
Hey!
Baby, go bird!
Oberon just crying in like a Philly coffee shop.
He's got like an Eagles jersey on.
Why doesn't she love me anymore?
It's not a coffee shop; it's a Wawa. Let's be clear.
Oh, of course. I haven't been to Philly in a while. It's been a while.
Anyway, why art thou here, come from the farthest steep of India? But that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buskined mistress and your warrior love to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst not thou lead him through the glimmering night from Periguna, whom he ravished, and make him with fair eagles, whatever, break his faith with Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since the middle summer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by
paved
like fountain,
paved, but yeah, he cheats.
Paved fountain, or by a rushy brook, or in the beached magnet of the sea, margent of the sea. Margent of the sea. You got to give people a few takes, you know, so they can really use the best ones. To dance our ringlets to the whistling wind, but with thy balls thou hast disturbed our sport.
It's definitely brawls. It's brawls.
I see the R now. Yep, that's definitely the word brawls.
Woo!
Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge have sucked up from the sea contagious fog, which, falling in the land, hath every pelting river made so that they have overborne their continents. And the ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the ploughman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere his youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, the crows are fatted with the myriad flock, the 9 men's morris is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes in the wanton green, for lack of tread, are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with hymn or carol blessed, therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound and thorough his distemperature. Ziggy, what do you want? Do you want to read this? Because it's long.
It goes on for a hot minute.
Yes. Oh, jeez. Where was I? Hoary-headed frosts fall in the crimson rose, and on old Heim's thin and icy crown an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. The spring, summer, the childing autumn, the angry winter change their wanton livery. And oh my god, it's still going. The amazing world by their increase now knows not which is which, and this same progeny of evil comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and the original.
I love that after this I have like 4 lines and then you have another full monologue. Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and the spiced Indian air by night. Full often hath she gossiped at my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders of the flood, when we have laughed to see the sailors conceive and grow big
The
bellied.
sails, the sails conceive, not the sailors.
Reading.
Oh boy.
For she, with pretty and with swimming gait, following her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifle and return again, as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, if that boy did die, and for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day, if you will patiently dance in our round, and see our moonlight revels go with. If not, shun me, and I will spare you your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away!
Away!
We shall chide downright if I longer stay. Titania and her fairies exit.
I mean, I gotta deliver this like with the same regalness as I've been doing, but I love that his response is, well, go thy way, because it sounds like, well, be that way.
Well, but I like the idea that they're just like, because they're like an old married couple.
Yeah, it's like, fine, slams the door,
Yeah,
fine. It's that one bit from The Mummy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest, since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music. Whew!
What was Robin? Oh, boy.
It was kind of just like, what's up, I'm Robin Goodfellow, and I like having a good time.
Okay. I remember.
Oh no! He's slowly morphing
Yeah,
full shonen protagonist. That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft, gross, smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chased beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress passed it on in maiden meditation, fancy-free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle around the earth in 40 minutes.
It's just Danny.
Exits.
It's just the Danny voice now.
It's just Danny.
I'll put a girdle around the earth. Okay.
What do I have to roll for that?
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she waking looks upon, be it on lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
Enter Demetrius, Helena following him. Oh, I forgot what I did for Demetrius. Oh, well, I guess we'll just improvise.
Yeah, well, have we seen Demetrius yet? I feel like he's just, like, standing around in the beginning.
Or was he just mentioned?
He's just being a lump.
This is a fresh voice?
It might be. I genuinely don't remember.
All right, I'm looking for an X.
Okay.
I'm looking for a character voice here. Chat, got any suggestions?
Chat's a little bit behind. They're still talking about how gross
true,
the fiery, the love shaft thing was.
Like Love Shack, the song by the B-52s.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually this is a tangent, I almost saw the B-52s live in concert once, because now they play like smaller halls.
Ooh.
Yeah. This was a fun story about how I almost went to see a band that was popular before.
We're living it up tonight. I'm just talking about Cupid's shaft. We can dig it. Come on, man. Whoo, boy. Okay, someone's been recommending Zoidberg every time we get a new character.
Dr. Zoidberg. I can't super do Zoidberg, but I can try. I love. Oh no,
I certainly can't do Zoidberg because I never watched that show.
Futurama. Oh, Noir coming at me with a wow in direct messages. So shout out. Are rolling with difficulty.
Is that a good wow or a bad wow?
Noir is also a former theater kid.
Oh no!
Go either
He's
way.
judging us from a place of professionalism.
Yes. Oh, the chat's reached us. They started suggesting things.
Kronk! Oh, Kronk! 100% Patrick Warburton. I love thee not.
Oh, right.
Sorry, go ahead. It's you. I'm overrun.
Yes. I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll stay, the other stayeth with me. With me they stay, staying with Demetrius. Demetrius is staying. Hermia is staying.
Hermia is staying with Demetrius. Yeah.
Thou toldest me they were stolen to this wood, and here am I, and wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence get thee gone, and follow me no more. By all accounts, it doesn't make any sense.
Helena had the sad country voice, right?
Helena, I think, was just. You know what, actually?
Helena's the sad one. She had her whole monologue about, like, I'm going to go snitch to Demetrius.
Yep, nope.
I'm getting so much of this from Applejack. Just so y'all know. You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I not Oh, man, I
was Kronk. It's Kronk.
Do I not entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you? Anytime we drop the accents, it's because there's brackets.
Yeah. I don't understand what it means.
But I realize the audience can't see that.
Yeah.
So we just randomly drop
this one's going to get weird. All right, Southern Vale. And even for that, do I love you the more? I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me as, use me, but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog? Yikes!
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too.
You do impeach your modesty too much. The modesty you're impeaching.
You do impeach your modesty too much. To leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not. To trust the opportunity of night, the ill counsel of your desert place, rich worth of virginity.
Oh, everything about this conversation is so fun.
This is the worst scene to play.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night, nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you, in my respect, are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts. The wild beast for Helena. Helena's beast.
You got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense. The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin, the mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies. That's pretty cool, actually. I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty tight. I will not stay thy questions. Let me go, or if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Thanks. I, in the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and were not made to woo.
Demetrius exits.
I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell to die upon the hand I love so well. Yikes.
Helena exits. Oh, I'm Oberon.
Yeah.
Okay, what is powerful male voice?
I went kind of spooky and ethereal, but it's your call.
Spooky and ethereal. Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him thy love. Enter Robin.
Hey.
Hast thou the flower here? There? Welcome, wanderer. Everywhere.
There it is.
I pray thee, give it to me. Give it me.
Robin
So
gives
many
him the
words that are
flower.
dropped and added.
Yeah.
Ziggy, stop that. Hey, no.
Oh,
sorry.
Ziggy doing crimes?
My cat's trying to. Well, she's trying to. I have a little. Stop. She's trying to. Hold on, 1 second.
Okay.
I gotta stop my cat from trying to attack a pile of string.
Perfect. I mean, she's really ideal casting for Puck, so I can understand why she's throwing a fit.
Ziggy.
Oh boy. Oh, let me stretch a little bit. God, this play takes a hot minute to get going.
Did we just get a meow on stream? Did it get picked up?
I couldn't hear it, but also my chair squeaks in a way that sounds remarkably like a cat, so we can just ADR this. Let me just shift a little bit.
That's true. That's true. All right, where was I?
I give you the flower.
I pray thee give it to me.
Yeah.
Oh God, what was the voice I was just doing?
It was kind of woofty and like,
Oh, I know a blank where the wild thyme, where ox lips and the nodding violet, quite over canopy, luscious woodbine, and with sweet mock roses, and with elegant
eglantine.
Eglantine. There sleeps Titania, sometime of the night. I got it. Guys, this is already going so bad.
It's great. It's great.
Lulled in these flowers with the dances and delight, and there in the snake throws her enameled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in, and with this juice, the juice of this, I'll streak her eye, Ziggy, and make her full of hate fantasies. Take thou some of it. And seeking through this grove, he gives Robin part of the flower.
Thanks, boss.
A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord. Your servant shall do so. They exit.
Whew. Scene 2. Enter Titania, queen of the fairies, with her train.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Titania.
That's you, yeah, because I got one line in as Puck before, after Oberon was like, I know all these flowers and shit. It's pretty dope. Anyway, go find this random guy.
Ugh, man. Come now around rule the fairies' son. Then, for the third part of a minute, hence, some to kill cankers in the musk rose buds, some war with rare mice for their leathern wings. Does that mean bats?
I think she's talking about, like, getting leather from bats. Okay, important question. Are Titania and Oberon tiny? Like, it seems like all the other fairies are tiny. Are they supposed to be tiny?
They gotta be, right?
That would be so funny.
Be funky little dudes.
I mean, it's a stage play, so obviously they're played by human actors.
They should be doing their voices and
Come now around in a fairy song. Okay.
Some war with remembrance for their leathern wings to make my small elves coats, and some keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then to your offices and let me rest. She lies down.
Fairies sing. This one has to be full William Shatner. Because I'm not improvising a melody on the stream.
I think you have to sing it. I think them's the rules,
Oh, come on. Can I just do, like, you've heard William Shatner do Strawberry Fields Forever. It's just like talking. I think I can hack this. I think I'll be okay, but you might have to sing when you get chorus.
Oh, boy.
You spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs, be not seen. Newts and blindworms do no wrong. Come not near our fairy queen.
Okay, what's a lullaby? Philomel with melody singing our sweet lullaby. La 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 lullaby. La 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 lullaby. Ba da da da. never harm, nor spell nor charm. Come, our lovely lady nigh. So good night with lullaby.
Weaving spiders, come not here. Hence, you long-legged spinners. Hence, beetles black, approach not near. Worm nor snail, do no offense.
Philomel with melody, singing our sweet lullaby, lulla, 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 lullaby, lulla, lulla, lullaby. Never harm, nor spell, nor charm. Come, our lovely lady nigh, so good the night with lullaby. Titania sleeps.
Hence away, now all is well. One aloof stand sentinel.
Fairies exit. Enter Oberon, who anoints Titania's eyelids with the nectar.
Just bang up job defending Titania in her sleep, fellas. You had a whole musical number about it, and then he just waltzes in.
Yep, you're really killing it. Also, I think that this might be the best After Dark stream to listen to out of context.
Oh,
just,
agreed.
like, trying anyone who's joining this stream late, it's this the whole time.
Yeah. I am very excited. I think this one's gonna have more rewatch value than most of our streams.
Yeah.
Remember when I said it's not gonna have any rewatch value? I was wrong. This is really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you get to be Oberon again.
Oh boy.
Oh fuck. Then I get to be Lysander.
Oh God, what was Oberon's voice? What dost thou seest when dost thou wake? Do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake, be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boy with bristled hair. In thy eye that shall appear when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near. He exits. Enter Lysander and Hermia.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak troth, I have forgot our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander, find you a bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both, one heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet, not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation, as may well be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen, to that fair prayer say I, and then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed, sleep give thee all his rest. Because they're far away, you see. This play is hornier than I remember. I can't believe this scene is just them negotiating whether they should bone in the woods or not.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed. They sleep. Enter Robin.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love.
He sees Lysander.
Night and silence! Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is what my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And here the maiden, sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack-love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe.
He anoints Lysander's eyelids with the nectar.
When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
He exits. Enter Demetrius and Helena running. Oh God, the reverend. Say, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril, I alone will go.
Demetrius exits. Oh, God. Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. Hear the more my prayer, the lesser my grace. Happy is Hermia, where'er so she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How come her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, I am as ugly as a bear. For beasts that meet me run away in fear. Therefore, no marvel through Demetrius. Do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermias' fiery iron? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, woof.
But who is here? Lysander? On the ground? Dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake. Waking up.
Ah, and run through fire I will for thy sweet sake, transparent Helena. Nature shows art, that through thy bosom make me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you. Then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who will not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I, being young, till now ripe not of reason, and touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I o'erlook love's stories written in love's richest book. This is the equivalent of Ariel being like, Father, I'm 16, I'm ready to get married now.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born, when at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is't not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can deserve a look from Demetrius' eye, but you must flout my insufficiency. Good troth, you do me wrong. Good sooth, you do, bless your heart, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should of another therefore be abused. She exits.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayst thou come Lysander near. For as a surfeit of the sweetest things the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as the heresies that men do leave are hated most of those they did deceive, so thou, my surfeit and my heresy, of all be hated, but the most of me. And all my powers address your love and might to honor Helen and to be her knight.
He exits, waking up.
Hermia.
Help me, Lysander, help me. Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Ay, me, for pity. What a dream was here. Lysander, look, how do I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent ate my heart away, and you sat smiling at this cruel prey. Lysander, what, removed? Lysander, Lord. What, out of hearing? Gone? No sound, no word? Alack, where are you? Speak, if in you hear. Speak of all love. I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you I'll find immediately.
Optimistic.
She exits. No.
Act 3!
Scene
for those of
1.
you just joining us,
Little disclaimer.
Indigo and I are doing a fully unscripted read-through of just Midsummer Night's Dream, just fucking around, doing wacky voices. We're just having a good time.
Every time a character changes, so every time someone else is talking, we switch who's reading it, regardless of whether that person was previously playing the character. Some of them have accents. Some of them we forgot the accents.
Most of them we've forgotten, let's be real.
So we're just sort of making it up as we go.
Yeah.
Also, we didn't reread this play ahead of time, and it's much hornier than I remember.
Yeah, I feel like the way my brain works, I just sort of ignore all the weird horny stuff. So like every time I reread a Shakespeare play and every time I rewatch a shonen anime, I'm always like, there's more tits in this than I remember. So
I should have remembered it because, to be fair, Midsummer is one of the rom-coms of Shakespeare.
Yeah. And those are usually horny, but often it's just like innuendo, and it's like old-timey innuendo, so you don't even notice. Like Much Ado About Nothing is like a really dirty joke. Like the term is it's a real nasty joke.
Yes.
So, but you know, most of the time we're just like, oh, they're just, you know, they're fun old-timey people talking in rhyme, but then it's like, oh, these people just straight up negotiated not boning in the woods.
Yeah. I think I gotta bring my fake Cockney back in this next scene.
Oh no.
Because we are at Act 3, Scene 1 with Titania still asleep on stage.
And I get to be
Enter
Bottom.
The clowns.
Ah!
Bottom, Quince, Snout, Starveling, Snug.
Snug. All
pat, pat, and here's a marvel convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be a stage in this hawthorn breaker tyrant house, and we will do it in actions as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, bully bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
Fire larkin, a powerless fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done, says Starveling. Now you get to
Not
be
a wit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say we will do no harm with our sword, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And, for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Oh no.
Oh, you
Okay.
get to be talking now.
Okay. How do you do, mon Hans Gavroche? Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourself to bring in, God shield us, a lion. Among ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there is not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
Okay, is the joke here that when you're being snout, you're like pushing up your nose like a snout?
Yes, because
Okay.
his name is Snout.
Incredible. No, at least that's memorable. We might have a chance of getting that one right from now on.
I know, right?
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same defect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would not request you, or I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man as other men are. And there indeed let let him name his name and tell them plainly he is Snug the Joiner. Woo!
Well, it shall be so. But there is 2 odd things, that is, to bring the moonlight into a chamber. For you to know Pyramus and Thisbe met by moonlight.
Does the moon shine that night we play our play?
A calendar! A calendar!
My kingdom
Look
for a calendar.
in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Quince takes out a book.
Oh, God. How do you do, my name's Gavroche? Yes, it does shine that night.
Why then, may you leave a casement of the great chamber window, where we play open, and the moon may shine in casement.
Okay. How do you do, my name's Gavroche? Aye, or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern, and say he comes to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe says the story did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster, or some loam, or some rough cast about him to signify wall, or let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your part. Pyramus, you begin. When you've spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue. Enter Robin, invisible to those on stage.
Oh, thank God.
Aside.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What, a play toward? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth. As Pyramus.
Thisbe.
The flowers of odious savor.
Wait,
sweet.
shouldn't that
That's
be
the
me? 'Cause
line.
we have to swap. Yeah.
It's italicized. It spooked me.
I understand the confusion. Thisbe, the flowers of odious savors sweet.
Odors.
Odors savors sweet, so hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
He exits.
A stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
He exits.
Oh, great. What the hell did we do for flute? Oh, wait, he's the one who's
Make it
playing a
up.
lady. Must I speak now?
I marry, must you, for you must understand he goes but to see a noise that he heard and is come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant bier, most brisky juvenile and eke most lovely Jew, as truest horse that yet would never tire, I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninus's tomb, man. Why you must not speak that yet? That you answered, Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
Oh. As truest horse that yet would never tire.
It's me.
Yeah.
Enter Robin and Bottom as Pyramus with the ass head.
Yeah.
If I were fair,
Fair.
Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous! Oh, strange! We are haunted! Pray masters, fly masters, help!
Quince flute snout snug and starveling
Snug!
exit.
Oh,
I'll follow you.
wait.
Oh, this is you.
Oh,
no,
wait. Hold on.
You
Yeah,
just
sorry, that's
exited.
you, because you read the stage direction, but yeah.
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 Okay. We're
Yeah, okay, we're on
back
it. We're on
online.
it.
Oh God, what was Robin? I'll follow you. I'll lead you about around. Through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar, through other thing that starts with the letter B. Sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometimes a fire, and neigh and bark and grunt and roar and burn, like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire, at every turn. He exits.
Bye, Puck. Why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Enter Snout.
Oh, Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Snout exits. Enter Quince. Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee. Thou art translated. He exits.
Okay. Okay. I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing, shit, that they shall hear
Yes.
I am not afraid.
Sing.
What's a good tune for this?
I just default to Take On Me when I can't think of anything. 'cause
Mine
it's a pretty
defaults
easy
to
tune.
green sleeves. The oozle cock so black of hue with orange tawny bill. The throstle with his notes so true. The wren with little quill.
What angel wakes bed? Titania waking up.
Yeah. The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo gray, whose note full many a man doth mark, and dares not answer nay. For indeed, who would set his wit to be so foolish a bird? Who would give a bird that lie, though he cry cuckoo never so?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note. So is mine eye enthralled to thy shape, and thy fair virtues force perforce doth move me. On the first view to say to swear I love thee.
You know, it's good we picked Solid Snake for this, because this happens like once a game.
I know.
Very James Bond of him.
Mhm.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbors will not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion. What?
Bleak?
It is a musical.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither, but if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here whether thou will or no.
Oh no.
I am a spirit of no common rate. Summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peace blossom, cobweb, moat, and mustard seed. Enter 4 fairies.
Peace
Peace
blossom,
blossom,
cobweb,
ugh,
moat.
cobweb, moat, and mustard seed.
Ready.
And I.
And I.
And I.
Where shall we go?
Where shall we go?
Yeah, all of us. Yeah, all
Yeah,
of us. Okay.
Yeah. Be kind and courteous to this gentleman, hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries.
Hold on. That is not how you spell that. Shakespeare, you old dog.
Shakespeare. With purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humble bees, Ziggy. And for night tapers crop their waxen thighs and light them with the fair fiery glowworm's eyes. To have my love to bed to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes, to him elves, and do him courtesy.
Hail, mortal.
Hail.
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 I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Oh God, which one was Cobweb?
Cobweb. Cobweb is basically Peas Blossom sequel. Okay. I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman?
Peas Blossom. That one didn't come out right.
I pray you commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and to Master Peascod, your father. At least he's polite, you know? So say what you will about Bottom. He's handling this like a champ.
Mm-hmm.
Good Master Peasblossom, I shall desire you of more acquaintance too. Your name, I beseech you, sir?
Mustard Seed.
Good Master Mustard Seed, I know your patience well. That same cowardly, giant-like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. I desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, wait upon him, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue, bring him silently.
Kinky, okay.
They exit.
All right.
Scene 2. Enter Oberon, king of the fairies.
I wonder if Titania be awakened, then what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity.
Enter Robin Goodfellow.
Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
Okay, I feel like I gotta read Robin in my best, like, Sailor Moon villain impression.
Yes!
You know?
Yes! Oh, God!
Near my mistress with a monster is in love.
I wasn't ready.
Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals, that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play, intended for great Theseus's nuptial day. The shallowest, thick skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their forsook his scene, and entered in a break, when I did him at this advantage take. An ass's knoll I fix it on his anon his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes, when they him spy, as a wild geese, with that the creeping fowler eye. Ha! Or russet painted chows many of sort, rising and calling at the gun's report. Oh, jeez. Sever themselves and madly sweep the sky. So at his sight away his fellows fly, and our stamp here o'er and o'er one falls. He murder cries, and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When in that moment so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
Oh, God, okay. This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice, as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that's finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of force she must be eyed. Enter Demetrius and Hermia.
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
this is the woman, but not the man. They step aside.
Oh god, this is the Kronk one, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the poison for Cusco. Oh, why rebuke you, him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Oh, Hermia was, now I but chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. Fuck! If thou
The full Disney princess voice / Barbie is what really sells that.
Yeah, I'm really trying to channel him.
Wait, is Hermia the sad one? Or which is
I
the...
think
Oh, frack.
Hermia's not the Southern Belle.
Hermia's the one that was with Lysander? I guess that makes sense why
Yeah.
she's freaking out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we got it. All right.
Yeah. All right. Whew, end scene. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, bring our shoes in blood, plunge in the deep, and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon as this whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the center creep and so displease her brother's noontide with the antipodes. Antipodes? Whatever.
Antipodes?
Sure. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look so dead, so grim.
Also, that is the weirdest, like, when pigs fly I've ever heard. Like, I'd sooner see
When
someone
the
bore a
moon
hole through the
goes
planet and
through the
stick the
earth.
moon in it.
Make the planet into the world's biggest bubble tea.
We're gonna
and drink
donut the
moon
earth.
through- Like every fan favorite fire user in anime, we're gonna donut
Yeah.
that.
Oh, get donuted
I'm still on that, don't worry.
Someday you'll get the conspiracy board of anime
gonna crack the
redhead
case
fire
someday.
boys that
Yeah,
get
yeah,
donuted. Okay.
Anyway.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Ah, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
Yeah, weird, right? I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur!
No, he's a llama.
Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him, then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once tell true, even for my sake. Durst thou have looked upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm an adder do so much? An adder did it, for with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
Okay, the poison for Cusco. You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I. So, see me no more, whether he be dead or no. She exits.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain, so sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow from debt than bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which now in some slight measure it will pay, if for his tender here I make some stay. The poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison.
He lies down and falls asleep.
Oh boy.
Oberon to Robin.
Puck's in trouble.
I feel like I gotta change up Oberon's voice. They don't have a good handle on it, so we're gonna just choose a different accent
Oh no.
for the shits and giggles. Should we go for Pegasus? Should we do like
Yes! Full Yugi boy!
Yugi boy? What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some love true love turned, and not a foe turned true, you pucky boy.
It's only
Like,
fair.
no.
It's only fair to shuffle it up in a
Of course,
similar
of course.
Then fate overrules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
Yugi boy. About the wood go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find, all fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion see thou bring her here. charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than an arrow from the Tartar's bow. That went a little, Columbo instead of Joey Wheeler.
A little Columbo.
Hey, just one more thing, Master Oberon.
Yeah.
I didn't see you pick that flower from the... Okay, well, Jesus Christ. Woo!
Next time we just read a Columbo episode with the same thesis.
Oh my God, can we?
Applying the nectar to Demetrius's eyes. Yuki boy. Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery. Sink an apple of his eye when his love doth espy. Let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for a remedy.
If she be
Enter
by, you
Robin.
say. Yeah, captain of our fairy band, Helena's here at hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold it together. And the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be! If I'd known I was getting that line, I wouldn't have gone full Joey Wheeler.
I think that's the perfect line for Joey Wheeler. That
Yeah,
was
Lord,
like,
what fools these mortals be!
stand aside, the noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
I don't know you, then we'll two at once woo one. That must needs be sport alone, and those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
They step aside, enter Lysander and
Oh,
Helena.
Jesus.
Lysander was like generic anime.
Generic
protagonist.
anime protagonist. Yeah, it's just the voice I do when I'm not paying attention.
All right, what's generic anime protagonist to Indigo? Find out.
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vow so born. In their nativity, all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
For the record, my generic anime boy voice is not Ash Ketchum, but
One of us was a Pokemon kid.
yeah. Okay, Southern Belle, Jolie.
Mhm. Oh, this is about to be good.
You know, I gotta get out of the Joey Wheeler. Gotta shift south. You do advance your coming in more and more when truth kills truth. Oh, devilish holy fray, these vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me put in two scales will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore, Helena, I choose you!
Oh my God. Nor none in my mind now that you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh boy, the poison
Waking
for
up.
Cusco's poison. Oh, Helen, goddess nymph, perfect, divine. To what, my love, shall I compare thine eyne? Crystal is muddy, oh, how ripe and show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow. That pure congealed white high Taurus snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crow. I'm losing it. The poise for Cusco's poison. When I hold up thy hand, oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite, oh, hell, I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? But you must join in souls to mock me, too. If you were men as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle so.
Wow.
To vow and swear and super praise my parts,
Gross.
when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals in love, Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes. With your derision, not a noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience. I'll to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know I know. And here with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermias' love I yield you up my part, and yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
The poison for Cusco's poison, Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will none, if e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her, but as guest-wise sojourned, and now to Helen it is home returned, there to remain.
Nani? Helen, it is not so!
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, the point of Cusco, lest to thy peril thou abide it dear. Look where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Enter Hermia to Lysander.
Dark night, that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes, wherein it doth impair the sensing, seeing sense. Sense, seeing, sensing to see.
The sense for seeing, the seeing sense.
It pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found. Mine ear, I thank it, brought me to thy sound.
Huh?
But why unkindly dost thou leave me so?
Nani, why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seek'st thou me? Cannot this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so? Databayo!
Oh my God.
And it rhymes! Oh god, okay.
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Okay, Southern Belle. Lo, she is one of this
Oh,
confederacy. Oh, whoops. Southern Belle has a
You
confederacy.
gotta
Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid. Wait, is this? Oh yeah, sorry. Hermia is the Disney princess one. Helena is the Southern Belle.
Yes, you're on the right.
Why they gotta have
quote-unquote
HE
right
names,
voice.
man? Okay.
I don't know.
How
Shakespeare
do
just
you
picked a letter in
conspire?
the alphabet and said, I'll name all my characters after this one.
Have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent when we had chid the hasty-footed time for parting us? Oh, is all forgot? All school days, friendships, childhood innocence? We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, voices, and minds had been incorporate. So we grew together like to a double cherry, seeming parted, but yet a union in partition. Two lovely berries molded on one stem. Is this an innuendo again? I feel like it might be.
Almost certainly.
So with two seeming bodies but one heart, two of the first, like coats and heraldry, due but to one and crowned with one crest. And will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with man in scorning your poor friend? All right, yeah, Hermia and Helena should kiss. It is not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I, may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, what, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates, and wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth, affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? What though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most, to love unloved? This you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do. Persevere, counterfeit sad looks make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink each at other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you will not make me such an argument. But fare you well, 'tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent!
To Lysander.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreats. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life, I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not. That's my ninja way.
Oh, poison for Cusco, Cusco's poison. I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick.
It's time to
Duel! Quick!
And now we just play
Come.
Yu-Gi-Oh! For an act. As Shakespeare
All right,
intended.
Demetrius now has to be full Yami, which will be easier
no.
than poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. Let's see. Yugi, quick, come. No, why this line? All right.
Lysander, where to tends all this?
Whoa.
She takes hold of Lysander.
Uh-oh. Lysander's got to do a microaggression now. Sorry, folks. Okay. Away, you Ethiop! Ah! Pain!
To Hermia.
Yeah.
No! He'll seem to break loose.
No, this is Demetrius.
Take on as you would follow.
This is
Oh, wait,
poison for
what's
Cusco.
Demetrius?
Cusco's poison.
Poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. No. He'll seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow. But yet come not. You are a tame man. Go.
Hang off, thou cat, thou burr, vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent. Believe it!
Why are you grown so rude? What change is this, sweet love?
Thy love, out, tawny tartar, out, loathed medicine, out, hated potion, hence! Oh, hated potion. That makes more sense. Marginally.
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
Not so fast, Kaiba. I would I had your bond, for I perceive
I've
a weak
activated
bond
my
holds
trap
you.
card.
I'll not trust your word. It's you.
Oh, I just did Lysander. I think it's you.
Wait, did
or
you
Kronk.
do what should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead?
No, I did Demetrius. Oh, you actually read the line.
I
Never
did.
mind.
Yes.
What? Should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
Oh, great. What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am not I Hermia? Are not you Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why then you left me? Oh, the gods forbid. In earnest, shall I say?
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain, nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Hermia turns him loose.
Oh, me. To Helena. Oh, wow. You juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love! What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine, I faith. Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Be
I think it's
Fi.
Phi, yeah.
Fie, you counterfeit. Fate.
Counterfeit.
You puppet, you.
Puppet? Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage. What the fuck? Her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And you are grown so high, 'cause she's tall, in his esteem, because I am so dwarfish and so low. Oh, literally. How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak! How low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach unto thine eyes.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewdness.
Shrewishness. Shrewishness.
I am a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think because she is something lower than myself that I can match her.
Lower? Hark again!
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did ever keep your counsels. Never wronged you. Save that in love unto Demetrius. I told him of your stealth into this wood. He followed you. For love, I followed him. But he hath chid me hence, and threatened me to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go to Athens, I will bear my folly back, and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why, get you gone. Who is it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid. She shall not harm thee, Helena.
Cusco for poison. Cusco. No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
All right, hold on. Is this is Southern Belle? This is Southern Belle again?
Yeah, this is Southern
okay.
Belle.
Oh, when she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Ah, there's an iconic line.
Yeah, for some reason I thought that was in Hamlet. Like it was one of those like to thine own self be true platitudes from Polonius. Anyway, more short jokes.
Little? Again? Nothing but low and little? Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her.
Tall girl too is getting wild. Okay. Get you gone, you dwarf, you minimus of hindering knotgrass maid, you bead, you acorn.
Goes poison. You are too officious. In her behalf that scorns your services, let her alone. Speak not of Helena, take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow. Nay, I'll go with thee. Cheek by jowl.
Cheek by jowl.
Demetrius and cheek by jowl. Oh boy. Demetrius and Lysander exit, thank God.
Holy shit. Okay, Hermia is Disney princess, right?
Yep,
Short queen. You
Short queen.
mistress, all this coil is long of you.
Helena retreats.
Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you. I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray, and my legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed. Oh, wait, sorry. Not Southern Belle. I am amazed and know not what to say.
Oh God, Oberon's back.
Yogi boy.
This is thy negligence. Still, though mistakest, or else committest thy knaveries willfully.
All right. Joey Wheeler or the puck voice I was doing at the start?
You gotta do Joey Wheeler.
All right.
It's so
Yeah,
funny.
believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise that I've anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far am I glad it did so sort, as this there jangling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. He, therefore, Robin, overcast the night. This starry welkin cover thou and Nan with drooping fog as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray that, as one come not within another's way, like to Lysander sometime frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong, and sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death
Counterfeiting sleep.
Counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crushing this herb into Lysander's eye, he gives a flower to Robin, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take thee from thence all error with his might. Oh, I've lost this.
Hey, Yugi boy.
Hey, Yugi boy.
Konnichiwa,
And
everybody.
make
Sorry.
and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision, and back to Athens shall the lovers wend with league whose date till death shall never end. Whiles I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy, and then I will her charmed eye release from monster's view, and all things shall be peace.
Indian boy. Oh boy.
You-
Yeah, my fairy lord, this must be done with haste, for night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts wandering here and there troop home the churchyards, damned spirits all that in crossways and floods have burial, already in their wormy beds are gone, for fear lest they shall look their shames upon. They wilfully themselves exile from light, and must for aye consort with black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I with morning's love have oft made sport, and like a forester the groves may tread, even till the eastern gate, all fiery red. Opening on Neptune boy with fair blessed beams, turns into yellow gold his soft green streams. But notwithstanding haste, make no delay, we may effect this business yet ere day. He exits.
Yeah. Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town.
boy.
Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Enter Lysander.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground. Poison for Cusco, Cusco's poison.
Lysander exits. Enter Demetrius.
But this is the real Demetrius.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Poison for Cusco, poison for Cusco, Cusco's poison. Lysander, speak again. Thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak in some bush. Where dost thou hide thy head?
Alright, and Robin in Lysander's voice. Oh man, the temptation. The problem is now that we've established the voices, sort of, we have to actually stick with them just for the Puck part.
Here's the question. So Puck in Lysander is generic anime protagonist. So what is the Joey Wheeler?
The Joey Wheelerified generic anime protagonist. Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Hey, you. What are we gonna? Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou look'st for wars and wilt not come? Come, recreant, come, thou child, I'll whip thee with a rod. He is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yeah, out thou there.
Follow my voice. We'll try no manhood here. They exit.
They exit.
Thank fuck.
Enter Lysander. Oh, Jesus.
He goes before me and still bears me on. When I come where he calls, then he's gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. That fallen am I in a dark, uneven way, and here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day, for if but once thou show me thy grey light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
He lies down and sleeps.
Wow.
Enter Robin and Demetrius.
With that much energy, I kind of assumed he would do something more than just like little nappy naps, but all right.
Yep.
And ho, ho, ho! Coward, why comest thou not?
Poison for Cusco, Cusco's poison. Abide me not if thou darest, for well I wot. Thou runnest before me, shifting every place, and durst not stand nor look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay, then, thou mockest me. Thou shalt buy this dear, if ever I thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way, faintness constraineth me. To measure out my length on this cold bed, by day's approach look to be visited. He lies down and sleeps. Enter Helena.
Oh, boy.
Yes, she's back.
Southern Belle? This one Southern Belle?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Oh, weary night, oh, long and tedious night, abate thy hours, shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight from these that my poor company detest, and sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company. Whoa, excuse me.
She lies down and sleeps. Oh boy.
Yeah, but 3. Come one more. 2 of both kinds makes up 4. Here she comes, cursed and... Oh, this went full bro. Okay.
Come on, man, you got this.
You.
Yeah,
Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad. That went somewhere in time.
Cupid is a knavish lad,
Cupid
thus
is
to
a
make
knavish
4
lad,
females
thus to make
mad.
4 females mad.
Yeah.
Enter Hermia.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with the dew and torn with briars, I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires, 'cause they're so short. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heavens shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
She lies down and sleeps.
Yeah, on the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover remedy.
Robin
That applies
applies
the
the
nectar.
nectar to Lysander's eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, whence thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. In the country proverb known that every man shall take his own. Oh, that's accent. Yeah, and your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be
All
well.
shall be
Why
well.
is
Yeah, the
B
B
on a
is really
different
weirdly indented.
Lying entirely. He exits. Oh my god, we're finally in Act 4.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, Act 4.
Oh, we're in Act 4, and we have reached the Sailor Moon villainous voice. Because Act 4, Scene
fuck.
1, with the 4 lovers still asleep on stage, enter Titania, Queen of the Fairies, and Bottom, and Fairies, and Oberon, the king behind them, unseen by those on stage.
Titania was supposed to be like a Sailor Moon villain voice?
Yeah, it helps. So I did like it kind of looped into Team Rocket, but there's this villain in Sailor Moon named Esmeralda who does a laugh that's like, and you just kind of like go from that into what you think the voice.
I didn't know I had that in me, actually.
It's fun though.
Laughing
right?
on
It's
cue
really
is
cathartic.
fucking hard. Man, we are in a state. Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk-ropes in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peace Blossom?
Ready.
Scratch my head, Peace Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready.
Monsieur Cobweb. Good Monsieur. Good Monsieur. Get you your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hipped humble-bee on the top of a thistle. And good Monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, Monsieur. And good Monsieur, have a care the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflown with a honey bag, Signor.
Signore.
Signore.
Cobweb exits.
Cobweb.
Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready.
Give me your neef, Monsieur Mustard Seed. Pray you, leave your courtesy, good Monsieur.
What's your will?
Nothing, good Monsieur, but to help cavalry cobwebs to scratch. I must to the barber's, Monsieur, for methinks I am marvels hairy about the face. And I am such a tender ass, if my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What? Wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongues bone.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly, a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats.
That's definitely an innuendo, right?
100%.
Okay.
Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts. That's definitely an innuendo.
I had rather have a handful or two of dried peas, but I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
I feel like it's easy to lose because it's already kind of like, you know, early modern English confusion, but Bottom uses the wrong words for things a lot, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Exposition of sleep is very funny, but like, okay. Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be all ways away.
Fairies exit.
So doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist, the female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Bottom and Titania sleep. Enter Robin Goodfellow. Okay. Yuki boy.
Oh my god, he just keeps going!
This
Have fun! It's like a whole page.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity, for meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favors for this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. For she his hairy temple then had rounded, with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and that same dew which sometime on the bud was wont to swell like round and orient pearls, stood now within the pretty Floriet's eyes like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. Whoa, I lost the line.
You're when I had at my pleasure.
Yep.
When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her changeling child, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland, on that island where I hosted that dueling tournament. And now I have the Yugi boy, and I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eye. And, gentle Puck,
take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he, awakening when the other do, may all the Athens back again pair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as fierce vexation of a dream. But first I will release the fairy queen.
He applies the nectar
He-
to her eyes.
Be as thou wast wont to be, see as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower has such force and blessed power.
Oh.
Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen!
That's actually kind of clever if it's like some kind of Artemis associated flower. Of course it would be able to undo a love curse. That's cute. Good job, Shakespeare. Sorry.
Nice.
Oh, my Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass. Other than this one. Okay.
But
Yeah.
there lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while, Robin, take off his head. Titania, music call, and strike more dead than common sleep of all these 5 the sense.
Music, ho, music such as charmeth sleep.
Robin removing the ass head from bottom.
Yeah.
Now when thou wakest with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Oh no. Yugi boy. Sound music. Music. Sounds. Come, my queen, take hands with me and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be.
Oh, you know what I should be doing?
Oh no, what should you be doing?
And you just keep going. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Titania and Oberon dance. Now thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus's house triumphantly, and bless it to all fair prosperity. Yugi boy, there shall the pairs of faithful lovers be wedded with Theseus, all in jollity.
Fairy king, attendant mark, I do hear the morning lark.
Yugi boy, then my queen, in silence sad, trip we after night's shade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our tell me how it came this night
That I sleeping here was these mortals on the ground. Oberon, Robin, and Titania exit. Windhorn! Enter Theseus and all his train. Hippolyta, Aegeus, etc.
Oh god, what was Theseus's voice? It's been
What was
so
the ship of
long. He's just the
Theseus?
friggin' like the framings. Go, one of you, find out the forester. For now our observation is performed, and since we have the voward of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple in the western valley. Let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find the forester.
Servant exits.
We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
Oh, have we had Hippolyta yet?
I don't think she said a goddamn word.
Dang, that means this is a fresh voice, which means
So
it's
much
full of
potential.
so
Ooh.
much potential. Funniest possible voice I can whip out right now for Hippolyta. Ziggy, stop eating. But, anyway.
Have you done a solid Kaiba impression yet?
Oh, I haven't done a Kaiba.
Dweebs. It's just
Dweebs.
The Dorkfest continues.
Ugh. It sits right down. Oh, someone's jumping Valley Girl in the chat, though.
I also saw Sonic as a recommendation.
Sonic is just sort of generic anime
Chili
protagonist.
dogs.
He's got chili dogs.
Oh my god, we'll do Valley Girl, because that one's pretty easy. I was with Hercules and Cadmus once when on a wood of Crete they bade the bear with hounds of Sparta.
Oh my god.
Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry.
You're
I
kidding.
never heard so musical a discord like such sweet thunder.
Oh my god, that's crazy. My hounds are bred out of the Spartan kind. So flued, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew. And with this baby for only $99.99. crook-kneed and dew-lapped like Thessalian bulls, slow in pursuit but matched in mouth like bells, each under each. A cry more tunable was never hollow to, nor cheered with horn in Crete, in Sparta, nor in Thessaly. Judge when you hear. But soft, what nymphs are these?
Ooh, Aegis, another fresh voice.
I
in
think
that.
he
I don't
spoke
remember what he
earlier, but
sounded
I
like
don't
before.
remember a goddamn thing about him.
Let's do. I don't know how to do Scottish or Irish well, but I can mash the two together. So
Oh
let's try that.
no.
Is that right? On bottom. My lord, this is my daughter here asleep. And this Lysander, this Demetrius, is this Helena, this old knitter's Helena. I wonder if they're being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus, is not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go, bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns.
A servant exits. Shout within, wind horns, they all start up.
This is still Theseus, so I guess
Yeah.
Okay. Good morrow, friends. Saint Valentine is past. Begin these woodbirds but to couple now?
Demetrius, Helena, Hermia, and Lysander get real. Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all stand up.
They rise.
I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world that hatred is so far from jealousy to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking. But as yet I swear, I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly would I speak, and now I do bethink me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of the Athenian law.
Oh no, I have to do the Scottish accent now?
Yes.
All right. Full Scrooge McDuck. All right. Enough. My lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. Oh god, this is terrible. It's not in my head anywhere. Hold on. Scrooge McDuck, where are you, man? I watched the whole show. Where is it? Family's very important. All right. Thereby to have defeated you and me, you of your wife, and me of my consent that she should be your wife. Wow, I'm glad that's over.
Poison for Cusco, Cusco's poison. My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth. Of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury hither followed them. Fair Helena, in fancy following me, but my good lord, I would not by the power, but by some power it is, my love to Hermia. Melted as the snow, seems to me now the remembrance of an idol god, which in my childhood I did dote upon, and all the faith and virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of mine eye, is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia, but like a sickness did I loathe this food, but as in health come to my natural taste, now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we more will hear anon. Aegis, I will overbear your will, for in the temples by and by with us these couples shall eternally be knit. And for the morning now is something worn. Our purposed hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens. 3 and 3 will hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
Theseus and his train, including Hippolyta and Aegis, exit.
I hope everyone liked the one line we got from Hippolyta, because I think that's all she gets.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together. These things seem small and indistinguishable, like far-off mountains turn it into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye, when everything seems double.
So methinks, and I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Poison for Cusco, Cusco's poison. Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do you not think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yeah, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why then we are awake. Let's follow him, and by the way, let us recount our dreams.
Lovers exit. Bottom waking up.
Yeah.
And when my cue comes, call me, and I will answer, my next is most fair Pyramus. Hey ho, Peter Quince, flute the bellows mender, snout the tinker, starveling. My God's my life.
Whew.
Stolen hence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he go about to expound this dream. Methought I was, there is no man can tell what. Methought I was and methought I had, but man is but a patched fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom, and I will sing it in the latter end of a play before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
He exits.
Whew. Scene 2, enter Quince, flute, snout, and starveling. Oh, fuck. Which one
Cockney,
is Quince?
woo!
No! How do you do? Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
Oh, what is starveling?
He might have been the Mickey Mouse one.
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt, he is transported.
If he come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It's not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, he hath simply the best wit of any handicraftman in Athens.
Yeah, and the best person too. I'm slipping into this.
Yeah, this is the accent that was approved by Chad.
Yeah. And he is very paramour for sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Enter Snug.
Snug!
Oh, is there Snug?
You get to
Oh,
be
what
snug.
What does Snug sound like?
I feel like he's only
Snug's
had like
got
2 lines.
I don't know if he's had any lines. He's been referenced, but I don't think he's spoken.
I think he was like in the roll call somewhere in there. Tom
That's true, that's
Sorrow.
true.
That's me. Crow.
Snug.
If you're wondering how-
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
I have to ask what that is.
I have no idea, but it felt right.
Okay, we could also do like a Patrick Star, whatever. Okay. Oh, sweet bully Bottom! Thus hath he lost 6 pence a day during his life. He could not have scaped 6 pence a day, and the Duke had not given him 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus. Boy, a lot's going on here. I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6 pence a day in Pyramus or nothing.
Enter Bottom.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Oh, Christ. How do you do? Bottom! Oh, most courageous day. Oh, most happy hour. Happy hour.
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what. For if I tell you, I am not true Athenian. I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
How do you do? Let us hear, sweet Bottom. Yeah, okay. Woof.
Not a word of me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps.
Like heels?
Well, yeah, kitten-heeled pups.
Meet presently at the palace. Every man looker his part, for the short and long is, our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe have clean linen, and let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, for they shall hang out for the lion's claws. Wow.
Wow.
And, most dear actors, eat no onions nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath, and I do not doubt but to hear them say it is a sweet comedy. No more words. Away! Go away!
Whew.
They exit.
Act 5, baby. Oh, Hippolyta gets 1 more line. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you
2
get to
more
do the
lines.
Valley Girl
Oh,
this time.
God. Valley Girl. I've only been in California for like 7 hours
Act
total.
5, Scene 1. Enter Theseus, Hippolyta, and Philostrate, lords and attendants.
Oh, my God. 'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
Oh, what was Theseus?
Kind of just like, more strange than true. Kind of generic.
Yeah. More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend.
cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. That line is raw as fuck.
Yeah, wow.
What the heck? That is the madman, the lover, all as frantic. Sees Helen's beauty in a brow of Egypt, the poet's eye in a fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven, and as imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown, the poet's pen turns them to shapes and gives to airy nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks hath strong imagination, that if it would but apprehend some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy. Or in the night imagining some fear, how easy bush supposed a bear.
Okay, Valley Girl, Valley Girl, Valley Girl.
You got
How the
this,
fuck
you
does
got
this
this.
work? All right,
Bring it home.
oh my god, but all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy. But howsoever, strange and admirable. Wow. Terrible.
Enter lovers, Lysander, Demetrius, Hermia, and Helena. Theseus.
Yeah.
Here come the lovers full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts. I don't remember what Theseus' thing was, and I don't think he's important enough.
Theseus just talked.
Just talked.
You were just him. All right. Okay. More than to us. Wait in your royal walks. Your board. Your bed.
Did Theseus have a gimmick that I'm forgetting
Theseus
about?
was like the, come now, what masks, what dances shall we have? Like, not Ash Ketchum, but like an octave down from Ash Ketchum.
Oh,
Yeah.
Come now, what mask, what dances shall we have?
Yeah, that's the
To
good
wear
stuff.
away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime. Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of the torturing hour? Call Philostrate.
Has this guy ever talked?
nope. So you get to make up a one line of dialogue.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Ooh.
Eh.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What mask? What music? How shall we beguile the lazy time if not with some delight?
Philostrate, giving Theseus a paper. There is a brief how many sports are ripe. Make choice of which your highness will see first. He's just fully Worf in my head now. Just Worf.
Excellent. Excellent.
Inglorious battle. A warrior's drink. Go ahead.
The battle with the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. Well, none of that. That have I told my love, Ingol. Been her.
Oop.
The riot of the tipsy Bacchanals.
Bacchanals, yeah.
Tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. That is old device, and it was played when I from Thebes came last a conqueror.
He turned down Hades Town. This pretentious fuck.
The thrice 3 muses mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary. That is some satire, keen and critical, not sorting with a nuptial ceremony. A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, very tragical mirth. Merry? Tragical? Tedious? Brief? That is hot ice and wonder stage strange snow.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
How shall we find the concord of this discord?
Yes, Captain. A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play there is not one word apt, one player fitted, and tragical, my noble lord, it is. For Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess made mine eyes water, but more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Oh God, why did I commit to this? Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble
Nuptial.
lord, Captain, I must protest. It is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intents, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
The prime directive says that I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in. Take your places, ladies.
No,
Illustrate exit.
it's Apollina again. I can't do this. We're not doing this anymore. She's just gonna be girl Joey Wheeler now.
Oh, nah.
At least I could do that one. I love not to see wretchedness o'ercharged, and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kind are we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake. And what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes it in might, not merit. Where I have come, great clerks have proposed to greet me with premeditated welcomes, where I have seen them shiver and look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practiced accent in their fears, and in conclusion dumbly have broke off. Not paying me a welcome, trust me, sweet, out of this silence yet I picked a welcome, and in the modesty of fearful duty, I read as much from the rattling tongue of saucy and audacious eloquence.
Damn.
Love, therefore, than tongue-tied simplicity, in less speak most to my capacity.
Enter Philostrate again. Captain, so please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
Enter the prologue.
This is
Oh,
new.
boy. This has got to be like the Watch Mojo lady.
Oh,
right?
God. Okay. If we offend, it is with our good will that you should think we come not to offend, but with good will. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then, we come but in despite. We do not come, as minding to content you, our true intent is. All for your delight, we are not here. That you should here repent you, the actors are at hand, and by their show, you shall know all that you are like to know.
Prologue exits.
This fellow doth not stand upon points.
He hath rid his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not the stop. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true. Believe it.
Indeed, he hath played on this prologue like a child on a recorder, a sound, but not in government.
Oh, okay. So Valley Girl is Mermista. I get it now.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, fantastic. I have it in my head now. His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who is next?
Enter Pyramus, bottom, and Thisbe, flute, and Wall, snout, and
Christ.
Moonshine, starveling, and Lion, snug,
Snug!
and prologue. Oh boy.
Oh, Quince
is
was prologue all along? Well, we got to stick with the Watch Mojo voice now. Oh no,
Oh,
it
do we have
goes
to- oh,
on
do I have to do-
so long.
Do I do this in the Watch Mojo or in the Quince's Galaxy?
Oh no, they're both awful.
I gotta do the Watch Mojo because I haven't done it yet.
Yes, yes, do it, do it.
Disingenuous to do a voice thing with me on the stream and not do the Watch Mojo.
Do it.
Gentles, as perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus. If you would know, this beauteous lady Thisbe is certain. This man with lime rough cast doth present Wall, that vile Wall which did these lovers sunder. Through Wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper at the which let no man wonder. This man with lantern, dog, and bush of thorn presenteth moonshine. For if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn. To meet at Ninus's tomb, there to woo. This grisly beast, which Lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe coming first by night did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which Lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Wearied with bloody blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast.
Austin would be proud.
Austin is so proud.
And Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew, and died. For all the rest, let Lion, Moonshine, Wall, and lovers twain at largest discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may when many asses do. Lion, Thisbe, Moonshine, and prologue exit.
Snout.
Oh, you get to be Snout!
I get to be Snout for like half a page.
All right. In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think that it had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often, very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so. And this the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
Poison for Cusco, it is the wittiest partition that ever I heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
Oh, grim-looking night. Oh, night with hue so black. Oh, night which ever art when day is not. Oh, night. Oh, night. Alack, alack, alack. I fear my Thisbe's promises forgot. And thou, O wall, O sweet, O lovely wall, that standst between her father's ground and mine, thou wall, O sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eyne. Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss, cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see it will fall pat, as I told you. Yonder she comes!
Enter Thisbe, flute.
Yes.
Oh, wall, how often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me? My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit
Up in thee.
Up in this. I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love, thou art my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like Lemander, am I trusty still.
And I like Helen till the fates me kill.
Not Shapphilus to Procris was so true.
As Shapphilus to Procris, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the wall's hole, not your lips at all.
This is getting gross. Wilt thou at Nini's tomb meet me straightway?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
This is the scene that me and my all-grade classmates did during our Shakespeare reading.
Wow.
Yeah. Bottom and flute exit.
Thank God.
All right, snout as well. Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus wall away doth go.
He exits.
Now is the wall down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that I ever heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse, if imagination amend them. Oh my God, he's literally but the effects are decent guy.
Yeah. It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
Enter lion, snug,
Snug!
and moonshine, starveling.
Starveling.
Oh, I just feel snug. You ladies whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here, when lion rough in the wildest rage doth roar, roar, and then know that I, Snug the joiner, am a lion fell, nor else no lion's dam. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
It's Big the Cat. That's what the voice is.
Oh, you know what? You're
It's
right.
totes Big the Cat. A very gentle beast, and of good conscience.
The very best at beast, my lord, that e'er I saw.
This lion is a very fox for his valor. Believe it.
True. And a goose for his discretion.
Poison for Cusco. Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I'm sure, cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries not the fox. It is well. Leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
Starveling as moonshine. This lanthorn doth the horned moon present.
Cusco's poison. He should have worn the horns on his head.
He is no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circumference.
What was the accent you just
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present.
This lantern doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man, I, the moon, do not seem to be.
What? Hey, I didn't do. All
Mamma
right,
mia.
all right. Hey, look, I'm not at all Italian. All right, so I'm not allowed to do that.
I am, so this the lantern that the horn and moon present.
Well,
Myself, the man in the moon, do not seem to be.
Is that still Italian, or are we just going full like Dracula?
It's somewhere in the middle.
all right, somewhere between
Yeah.
Italia and Transylvania.
No,
okay.
it's the rare Italian vampire. You
Hey,
know, like
yeah, it's
Italian vampire,
Switzerland or
hey.
something. Okay, this is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lanthorn. How else is it the man in the moon? Theseus, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, it's all going according to plan. He dares not come out there for the candle, for you see it is already in snuff.
I'm aweary of this moon. Would he would change. I got
It
this
appears
time.
by his small light of discretion that he is in the wane, but yet in courtesy and all reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you that the lantern in the moon, I the man in the moon, this thorn bush in my thorn bush, and this dog my dog. I lost
Poison
it
for
already.
Cusco. Why all these should be in the lantern, for all these are in the moon. But silence. Here comes Tisbe.
Enter Tisbe, flute.
This is old Ninny's tomb. Where is my love?
Snug Asline. What was Snug's deal?
A big cat.
Oh, yeah. Oh. The
The
lion.
lion roars.
Ooh. Roar.
Tisbe runs off, dropping her mantle.
Roar.
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Tisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly, the moon shines with good grace. Lion worries the mantle.
Well moused, lion.
Enter Pyramus, bottom. And then came Pyramus.
And so the lion vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams.
Oh, God.
I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. I thought I had to sneeze, I didn't. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest Thisbe's sight. But stay, O spite, but mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here. Eyes do you see? How can it be, O dainty duck? Oh dear! Thy mantle good, what stained with blood. Approach, ye furies fell. O fates, come, come. Cut thread and thrum, quail, crush, conclude, and quell.
I think I saw, or at least heard about a version of this play where, like, when he's doing this bit, he actually sees, like, Titania behind, like, in the back of the audience and suddenly, like, starts acting really good. Admittedly, I think it would take a better man than I to pull off "Oh Dainty Duck" with any sort of
Seriously.
yeah. This
Beyond my acting chops.
yeah, this passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh boy. Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lions frame? Since lion vile hath here deflowered, no, my dear, which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears, confound, out sword and wound the pap of Pyramus, aye, that left pap where the heart doth hop. Pyramus stabs
Pyramus
himself.
stabs himself.
Thus die I, thus. Now I am dead, now I am fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose the light. Moon, take thy flight. Now
Moonshine exits.
die.
Pyramus falls.
Die. There we go.
No die, but an ace for him, for he is but one.
Less than an ace, man, for he is dead. He is nothing.
With the help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and prove an ass.
Thanks, Theseus. How chance Moonshine is gone before Tisbe comes back and finds her lover?
She will find him by starlight.
Enter Tisbe, flute.
Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together. A mote will turn the balance, which Pyramus, which Thisbe, is the better, for he for a man, God warrant us. She for a woman, God bless us.
I don't know what he's talking about anymore.
I have literally no idea.
All right, Ash Ketchum, she hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And thus she means Vidalicious.
Vitalicious. Vitalicious. Okay,
Oh.
asleep, my love? What, dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise! Speak,
Quite dumb? Dead, dead? A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone, lovers, make moan, his eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come to me with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore, since you have sure with shears his thread of silk. Tongue not a word, come, trusty sword, come, blade, my breast imbrue.
Thisbe stabs herself.
And farewell, friends, thus Thisbe ends. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Thisbe falls.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and the wall, too.
Bottom and Flute arise.
Bottom. No, I assure you, the wall is down that parted their fathers. Will it please you to see the epilogue, to hear Burgomask dance between two of our company?
No epilogue, I pray you, for your play needs no excuse. Never excuse. For when the players are all dead, there need none be blamed. Marry, if he that writ it had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Thisbe's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy. And so it is, truly, and very notably discharged. But come, your Burgomask, let your epilogue alone.
Dance and the players exit.
The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers to bed, 'tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn, as much as we this night have overwatched. Overwatch. This palpable gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gait of night. Sweet friends, to bed. A fortnight hold we this solemnity in nightly revels and new jollity.
They exit. Enter Robin Goodfellow. Oh boy, this is the Joey Wheeler voice, isn't it?
Yeah. Now the hungry lion roars and the wolf behowls the moon, whilst the heavy plowman snores, all with weary task fordone. Now the wasted brands do glow, whilst the screech owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is the time of night that the graves all gaping wide.
You're getting there, you're getting there. You live on the East Coast. How bad can
Yeah,
this be?
but I have a Philly accent. I don't need to
Oh.
pretend to be from Brooklyn.
That's, yeah.
Now it is the time of night that the graves all gaping wide, everyone lets forth his sprite, and in the churchway past the glide, and we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team,
Hecate's.
from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream. Now a frolic, not a mouse, shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Enter Oberon and Titania,
Oh,
Queen and King
God.
of Fairies, and all their train.
Can I do
Oh,
the,
you're gonna be Pegasus now.
Can I do the serious voice I did from at the beginning?
Yeah, you can do the
Thank
serious
you.
one.
Through the house give glimmering light by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar, and this ditty after me sing and dance it trippingly. Oh, God.
First rehearse your song by rote, to each word a warbling. Hand in hand with fairy grace, we will sing and bless this place.
Oberon leads the fairies in song and dance.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. To the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be, and the issue there create, ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three ever true in loving be, and the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand. Never mole, harelip, nor scar, nor mark prodigious such as are despised in nativity, shall upon their children be. With this field do consecrate, every fairy takes his gate, and each several chamber bless, through this palace with sweet peace, and the owner of it blessed ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
Okay.
Oh,
I
you
gotta
get
do
the
Robin
killer
again.
ending? Oh, my
Yeah,
envy
but
is
I have to do
immeasurable.
it in the accent that I am objectively the worst at.
Yeah. You could also do the serious one I started with.
No, it has to. The spirit of the stream demands that it end as ridiculously as possible.
If we shadows have
Yeah.
offended. Come on, man.
I wonder if I tried to do Clone High JFK if that would be better.
Do it.
'Cause
Do
that's
it.
the same thing.
He's a man of many faces.
I like your words, magic man.
Nothing
If
bad
we
ever happened to
shadows have
Oberon.
offended, think but this is all mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend, If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the puck Elia call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
Oh my
He exits.
Nothing bad ever happened to Titania. Wow.
Well, we just read the entirety of A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Holy
And
fuck.
honestly, I don't think we need to record demos anymore because I'm sure we could just send this video VOD link to.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, casting directors love to receive nearly 3 hours of uncut audio and dickery.
I'd like to think that this showcases both each of our strengths and weaknesses, in that both of us are good at different accents.
Oh
and
yeah,
that's really clutch because that means you can cast both of us in something.
Yeah, we're not competing for the same roles.
Yeah, exactly. You get all of the Brooklynites, and I'll do all the Valley Girls. By our power combined, we can do everything.
Is JFK not supposed to be Brooklyn-y?
I have no idea.
Okay.
It's kind of the same voice, so I'm just. I think I zoned in on him better than I did
Holy
Joey.
fuck.
Thank you, chat.
Joey is tough, but honestly, like, the thing is the abridged one is so close to the original that, like,
So close. To
yeah,
the
thanks for all the applause emotes. That's far more than we deserve.
Ugh.
I think we can safely say we're going to be doing this a lot more.
Oh, this was so fun.
This was the
gave
most
me,
fun.
This was everything I wanted. This really fulfilled a deep emotional theater kid need in me, and also it's probably gonna make my roommate really mad.
Oh
no! Our apartment's reasonably soundproof, but still, I've had a blast doing this.
Yeah.
And if you want this supercut for animated reasons,
Oh no! But actually, what a good idea!
I'll get on that. Send me the.
Oh boy! Oh yes, people are pointing out that JFK has like a more Boston lilt, and Joey's full Brooklyn. All right, I get it. I get you. Oh boy! Oh man!
This was so fun.
This was
Red,
so
I had
fun.
such a good time.
Honestly, I think this was a really great and we could do this with so many things. Like, half the struggle of reading streams is having to take them kind of seriously, but this is just like, we're all here to just fucking have a good time. Yeah. Who cares about continuity and getting it right? Oh, boy. Oh, man. Wow. Okay. Straight up incredible proof of concept on this.
Oh man, yeah, chat. I hope you guys had a good time as well, because I know it was basically just us reading.
Yeah,
Summer's Night's Dream. And while I think we made a pretty good job making it entertaining, it's a pretty not as much commentary as there was debate over what accent to do. So let us chat if you had a good time too. I hope so.
It was nice that there was like room in there for fucking around, because sometimes when you're doing like a more serious reading stream, you kind of have to be on, and like when you're waiting your turn, you gotta like hydrate and wow, yeah, this was very fun. Yeah, and I'm amazed that we stayed above 1,000 viewers the whole time, because this is probably one of the most niche things we've ever done.
I know.
I hope this one has rewatch value. I hope that the views do well after this, because like the live stream, view counts are one thing, but of course the VOD goes up immediately, and then people over the next few days are like, what, did they do something else weird at like an hour that nobody's awake at? So
I know. I think part of my favorite thing about this is when one of us would decide on a voice that they were good at, and the other person would get their lines next act, and we'd have to switch.
Just a nightmare scenario.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I like doing like serious ethereal fairy voices, but I gotta do my boy Joey Wheeler when I get the chance, or when I contrive the chance.
And I will use absolutely any opportunity possible to break out the Esmeralda laugh from Sarah. I love it so much.
Whew.
Noir understands because we watched that show together.
I love the Ojo-sama laugh. There's a TikTok you might have run into where it's like, the premise is that like the main character has sustained some form of brain damage and now hears everybody talking like they're in an anime dub.
Yes, I have
I'm afraid there's nothing wrong with your brain. It looks like you'll be stuck like this forever. Yeah, the Ojo-sama laugh is not fucking around.
It's good. It's fun. It's if you ever like they tell you like scream into a
out, do that laugh when you're stressed out, and you will be chilling immediately. It's so cathartic.
I guess it kind of
Something
like
really pops off.
it reframes the situation. So rather than like being in a bad state, you're like, this is all transpiring according to my design. Wow, God. Like the funny thing is, like when you're doing vocal performing, you know, obviously part of the warm up is just like getting your throat in a good place, like you can sing, you know, hit notes and stuff. But so much of it,
important note I did none of before this.
but like,
if anything, I'd made it the opposite problem. I ate spicy crab.
ooh,
It's not the optimal food to preamble this.
dangerous. But part of it is also just like building up that like energy where you can just call out these sounds that are kind of hard to do on demand. Like one of the hardest things in any sort of vocal performance is if you have to like yell or if you have to laugh. Those are both really hard. There was actually, I think there was a panel or like a talk that Blue and I saw once that Troy Baker did where he mentioned he was in the dub of Full Metal Alchemist. He plays the second incarnation of Greed. He auditioned and got the part for the first incarnation of Greed, but Greed's first intro is like 10 seconds of sustained maniacal laughter, and he just didn't have it in him that day, and they just straight up recast him for the first incarnation of Greed. And it's like, it's hard, but apparently nearly 3 hours of just fucking hot nonsense is the perfect state to get us in the ability to do literally anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I think for having no plan, this went pretty well.
No, definitely, yeah. And we're not even, I mean, this is not even as long as some of these have been.
No. I know, I'm like, it feels like we need to keep talking, but we've read an entire Shakespeare.
We read an entire Shakespeare play. Like, straight up cover to cover.
This was technically as screen accurate as like Romeo plus Juliet.
Yeah.
Which, if we're gonna read another play, I do feel like we need to put that one on the table because there are some characters in there that could get some fun accents.
Oh, I mean, yeah, if we have to do more accents.
I mean, I feel like we got it.
You know, we could just make everyone sound like somewhere between like Ash Ketchum and Goku, and we'd be in my comfort zone, and everything would be fine.
You want to do that? I can dip into more of the like token, you know, the hearts. You know, your love interests.
Yeah. Those guys tend to have very basic voices.
Yeah, and then you go from there, and then there's like you get your like My Valentine's.
Yeah. Well,
like,
she's
the
just like a half
play.
step away from the Ojo-sama, you know?
Exactly,
Yeah.
which is just what I want to be doing. That's what I wish my voice sounded like all the time. But unfortunately, I know who I am, and who I am is a person who was born to play the spunky lab tech in a procedure. I'm not an actor, but if you are casting a procedural and you're thinking, hey, I want someone to wear youth clothing under a lab coat and spout out episode-ending clues every once in a while, DM me.
That is a very specific niche, isn't it?
It's the only thing I think I'm qualified to play.
I feel like that's
the
also
one
like
thing.
I wonder if it's just because that's the only role that can really cut loose in the personality department in any sort of procedural, because everyone else sort of has to go by the book. But
yeah, it's them and like coroners. They usually give like the coroner something funky because like NCIS, they've got like the old British guy Ducky, like the coroner that they introduce in like season 4 is like a recurring character. It's just like the weirdo of the department. Like they really those guys and like the forensics teams always get to be the fun ones.
I think
in the regular team
in Castle, the coroner is just like this like extremely pretty girl who, you know, like goes on dates and has great makeup and also dissects bodies, and that's supposed to be like the juxtaposition, but it's like you could go so much wackier. But at least she doesn't do that thing where the coroner will like straight up have a full sandwich and be like eating it while pointing out the gross stuff in the body, and it's like, bro, there are so many reasons you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. The coroner usually is like a weird old dude, and then the forensic tech is usually like an alt culture young girl, because you get like in Lucifer you've got the chick who's like formerly a mechanic turned like just happy-go-lucky member of the department who's always jibbing out fun clues, and in NCIS it's the goth chick, so like that's the usual move there. Yeah, man. Anyway, this has been a mini procedural at the end of the Shakespeare stream. Ella is a great coroner on Lucifer. I actually really like that show because it jumped the shark after episode like 3, and then it just was nuts. It was absolute nonsense.
I feel
liked
like
it so much.
I never gave Lucifer a chance because I saw that it was supposedly based on the character of Lucifer from like the Sandman comics, and then fully wasn't at all, like really obviously and visibly. But
they
it had
cast
like,
Tom Ellis, and they were like, "Hey, he's fun. Let's just let him do stuff." And
Right.
the rest of the show formed around it. Honestly, the worst part of Lucifer is the detective, who is a blank slate and really boring. But all the other characters are so fun; it kind of makes up for it.
Oh.
And they sort of stick to the procedural format, and they kind of abandon it by two, where it's like, yeah, we're still technically solving mysteries every episode, but the larger overarching plot of the season is probably what's going to be more relevant.
yeah.
There's some solid stuff in there though.
I definitely prefer shows that stay more episodic. But I've also found that there are ways for me to hack it so that I get that even in shows that very much aren't. So, for instance, for the last couple of days, I've just been watching like random episodes. But I'm kind of glad